All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and I'm back with another video. So, yeah, so again, we're going to go into a couple of things here. This is like a random something here, having to do with a post that someone was posting in the group today, or wanted to post in the group today. Now, it's funny because I think the first thing that I noticed had me like singled out, right, within or amongst the so-called community. The first thing I feel like I had people coming against me about is letting Moors into the group, right? So again, you know, I see things, I remember things, you know what I'm saying? I know certain things, right? So again, when it comes to, I'm usually talking about me, right? And then I'm usually, you know, sensing other things that have to do with feminines, because again, that the feminine energy, that lotus energy, right? Look, I'm looking at these cards here, divine feminine cards here. This symbol, this image here, right? Even the lotus here on these angel, I can't remember what the name of them, but this is my angelic deck here. Matter of fact, we'll just pull our angel card for today. So the Archangel Dorinka. Hone your physical abilities. See through the illusion. So again, this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going to be talking about today, right? I ain't get dressed or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here. All right? So again, yeah, I'm looking kind of crazy or whatever. But, you know, because I feel like, again, the energy around as somebody wants the American origines to feel weary. Those of us that are in spirit. Those of us that know that we belong to that ancient lineage, right? That there's no other people here, and the Alpha and the Omega, right? So we got all these people in our energy having us, you know, doing a whole bunch of, what do you call it? Infighting right now, right? They're being merry, right? They're dancing around, possibly some of our people with them, you know, cheering, celebrating, feeling victorious in a sense, right? This is the energy that I sense here. Okay, now this is not everybody. This is like small pockets, right? Seeing certain things, you know, that have been happening here, right? They're throwing all those wands, right? I think when it comes to the 8 of Wands at us, but again, we're just taking them and using them to defend ourselves, right? As those holy children or people that are going to be under attack in these days, right? So again, it says weariness. No one has your best interest at heart. Others have their own agendas. Step up and take control of the situation. It's the very thing that people are not expecting you to do. Okay. So again, we don't have the answers the way that they want us to, you know, we don't reply the way they want us to reply. We don't listen, you know what I'm saying? And this is what we're going to be talking about in here, right? We look at education different than they do. Okay. You know, we telling on a mountain. Again, in this situation, I look at myself as a fucking mountain, right? Right? Because then we're diving for light. That's the only thing I do when it comes to the water. Large bodies of water. And also, well, I wouldn't say that's the only thing. I feel like diving for light and then also shedding my light. And it just feels like, again, when it comes to energy of your own people, sometimes it's like they are not even deserving, again, nor are some of the people when it deals with foreign energies, right? Be the hunter, not the hunted, right? Okay. A lot of people are afraid to be open or, you know, honest about things. A lot of people make you afraid of telling your story, right? They want you to hide your story behind the moon, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just the type of person, I don't listen to that. I listen to my intuition. I listen to source. I don't fear what a motherfucker say, you know what I'm saying, about what I'm about to do, right? I can play the fool, the sacred fool. You know what I'm saying? And I can also see through the illusion to a certain extent, right? So again, this make me think about the calm before the storm, right? And this is like that wisdom that you're carrying something, right? Into, we got the sun behind them. Like in that one card, right? In the one deck that I shared last night, where is it? The moonlight here. The owl is inside of well, we could say this is the earth, right? But they're under the moonlight, so it could be the moon, you know what I'm saying? But again, after the storm, you know what I'm saying? And it's hiding too, right? It's hiding. You can barely see the owl there. But right here, after the storm, this seemed like this, the sun. Even making me think soul energy here. Wisdom and carrying like some type of something, right? Carrying some type of something here. Something that looks like some kind of advanced but natural ancient technology or geometry or something. Something very perplexing to me, right? So again, a mountain, like let's think about Mount Rushmore, holds a lot of secrets and a lot of things inside. Ancient things. And again, that's why I look at it as mountains, as those feminine energies, right, that will be on the plane today. But again, which one, what are they going to do? Are they going to be, the type of people that are hiding things, the moon behind the, hiding behind the moon with secrets and things like that? Again, moon energy reminds me of Moorish energy, the stars and stuff like that, right? But the sun, again, the sun makes me think of Christ energy and Christ consciousness, or soul, or that solar plexus, or that particular type of energy that is natural, that naturally lights the world, right? From as far back as I know, right? That stars at night, they light up the earth or the world, but not in the sense of the same thing as the sun, right? So again, I got this new little deck right here. I'm gonna pull a couple of cards from here throughout this whole thing. Of course, we have the tarot here because again, the tarot cards are spoken of in detail in the Torah or in the Bible. So we use them here to kind of look at and I use the original version, right? Because I feel like that is the staple energy. But my daughter was on vacation and she brought me these back. Hush Tarot. I said, girl, how you know me? How you know me? Right? So I'm just, just a couple of these cards. I don't know, like she just hit it right on the head. You know what I'm saying? She was, I think she was trying to decide between two decks. And she just hit, this is my flavor, my style. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I even like this death card. Yeah. So anyways, I like the watercolor kind of imagery. But anyway, all right. So we're going to go ahead and read into the biblical text. I'm going to get right into it today. We pulled that. Well, okay, let me pull one card when it's talking about, a sense of, I'm going to shuffle these, right? Just because these are they have like this compass on the back. These are like when I'm looking for like certain kind of direction. So again, I feel like, when it comes to personal things, whatever I've done up until now, you know what I'm saying? It's like Source is just saying, okay, it's solitude when it comes to certain things, right? The wishing well. Okay, I was in that energy last night. Excuse me. Yeah, it just feels like when it comes to whatever's personally going on with me, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. But when it comes to the type of work and the research or what I'm saying, digging and responding to certain things like that, that's just what I do as that type of oracle, messenger, seer, whatever you want to call it, right? So again, commitment. I'm still committed to the work that I'm here to do, right? And look at that star, free, suspended, right? In mid-air, or again, between, these two hands here. It's almost like somebody is trying to grab it or give it. No, it's almost like it's just being held there. But there's two hands there, two different hands from two different people. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like I look at myself as this star, right? Others can do the same. It's going to mean something different to them, just like it means something different to me, possibly, right? But again, these two hands, you know, one above and one below, right? It just makes me think that this is suspended in air, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? While man wants to play games and deal with law, you know what I'm saying, in order to bend things and get them to work in their favor. You know what I'm saying? I still have faith in source. I still have faith in the ancestors, in the soil, in the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I look at it, right? Yeah. So again, I'm going to stay committed to that, right? Again, so that we can continue to restore and replenish. This reminds me of the womb, Mother Earth, Gaia energy. Something that's natural and naturally beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to have all that glitz and glamour. It's just nature, natural in its natural form or state, right? She has some seashells surrounding her as well, though. And then leaves and then buttons. You know what I'm saying? This is making me think about like craftiness, right? Like in a good way, using natural resources and things like that, you know what I'm saying, to create something of abundance, right? Instead of looking outside of ourselves as a people, as a nation, as a country. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I see, right? Because again, I trust myself and I trust myself and I sense and I know that the Father is in me and I'm in the Father. So again, I trust myself. There's a lot of things going on. It might be looking like a one-ring circus, but at the end of the day, still, this is nature surrounding her. Natural things, resources, beings, creatures. You know what I'm saying? That's yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is yourself. You know, you got these people that just be just like really doing too much when it comes to appearance and attire and stuff like that. And they dabble, you know what I'm saying, in nature. But then you got some of us, you know what I'm saying, especially in the feminine energy that like to roll around in the dirt. We like to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? We okay with it. And you know, I'm looking at this energy as like, yeah, sometimes I comb my hair and sometimes I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just that energy here, like a wild thing. You know what I'm saying? Savage energy, really. So let's go into this real quick because this clip kind of struck a conversation within myself because that's what sometimes these things do, right? And then I started to go back and forth and ping back and forth because I like to be fair, right? So I got a lot of slack, you know, from certain people that I think are these people about letting these people share their information in the group, right? Because again, there's nothing to hide. I'm not running. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against nobody. But again, we all here. We can all share information, see what it, you know, see what it do. It may be something to compare. I don't never want to be like on one narrow road and only seeing things my way and not see, you know what I'm saying? Because all of these things do play a part in the story. Okay, and if we don't want it to repeat itself, we can't go off of feeling, right? We got to deal with facts. Yeah, we do have to deal with some of these facts, right? And the fact is that some of us, you know what I'm saying, are tapped in, right? So we see things. It's almost like, again, it's almost like being a living filter. That's kind of like what I view my gift as, being a living, breathing filter. I hear something says something. I look into something and I say, okay, that's why you had me say that. Or sometimes I'll say, why did you have me say, why you got me thinking that? Let me see, right? So again, using all those tools and inner alchemy and that energy to decipher, discern, use wisdom, knowledge, and whatever information obtained in order to come up with something. To even just, if you're just provoking thought or questioning things, right? So we're going to listen to this clip. I think it's only like 1 minute long, right? And then I'm going to point out a couple things, and then I'm going to say how, you know what I'm saying, what I'm seeing biblically here, what I'm seeing when it comes to the cards, and what I'm saying, you know, when it comes to the certain situation, right? And just using common sense, because this ain't nothing deep today. We're just using common sense, you know what I'm saying, and we're using a certain narrative or what people are saying, right? Because again, a lot of, I noticed that this video, people don't really try to post. There's a lot of Moors that try to get in the group. Again, that energy. It's like it's shielded in something. The Muslim energy or Islam energy is in this biblical text too, but it's like it's shielded, it's sheltered or something like that, right? Where with this energy of this sun on this card, it's like bow. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to hide. Look, even got this, like I said, this intricate thing here that, you know what I'm saying, is something going on, but there's nothing really to hide. But again, like I said, I feel like, again, with that energy, we're dealing with, again, the sneaky Pete energy. Right? Names, times, places, titles, all these things change over time. But it don't change it doesn't change the works or what not. And now we can change it now, seeing it for what it is, being honest and being open with it, right? But we'll see that again. This feminine energy, this Empress, she has a crown on her head, but it's really mostly made up of these white stars, these white stars here, okay? But we'll notice that, again, a lot of other headdresses, we're going to look at headdresses when it comes to these, you know, see, because the Temperance card doesn't really have anything. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to create something or get something that belongs to, again, this light here is on top of a mountain. And the Emperor, we know in the Emperor card, it looks like, you know, somebody chiseled out a piece of the mountain and set his throne there, almost like Mount Rushmore. So again, you know what I'm saying, we're talking turbans and things like this, because we do see people in ancient America wearing these things. But where did they come from? See, are we dealing with that Spanish energy? Are we dealing with some other foreign energy still? Right? So we're going to go ahead and look into the biblical text. You know what I'm saying? But then we'll see these, you know, somebody might say it look like it's from Rome or whatever. But at the end, I feel like this is, you know what I'm saying, something that is natural. Like more dealing with nature, like feathers, right? Feathers and leaves and these kind of things. It stems from something else, right? And I think that something that will be older, I feel, right? If you really think about it, even making me think about the crown of thorns, when there weren't any blacksmiths or anybody that was, you know, doing this particular stuff here with metal, iron, or gold or whatever, right? You see, again, when you see these people, like with this Queen of Pentacles, you know what I'm saying, it kind of make me think that she came from being like one of these maidens here, right? One of these maidens here that had like vines and stuff like that in her hair, right? Leaves and vine, especially her, okay? To sitting on a throne, you know, there's still the green here, the greenery coming down off of her robe or whatever. But it looked like this, you know, this thing on her head has her weighed down in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Again, look how this lady in this, which one is this? The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Wait, no. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. But this ain't the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, yes, I guess it is, right? Whew. We see how, again, she's in her red. Her head is held up. She has flowers and crowns. She has a flower thing around her head. But I don't know what the hell he got on his. It remind me of that, you know, it remind me of that little thing that's on the head of the people that go, y'all know, on the dark crystal with the gelflings or whatever, how at some point in time these little starfish things attached onto their head, and then they were like, oh, you know, it gave me some like We Are Negan, you know, from The Walking Dead. Okay, that kind of energy, like they are legion, or they were like bound or something together, right? It's kind of like, and she kind of looking at him like, what's going on? Like, you sure? Like, I don't know. Like, something don't sound right about that shit though. Look at her. What you trying to say? You know, and she got that big old giant pinnacle right there in front of her, right? And the pinnacles is attached to whatever else is around her, right? Probably her father here, sitting here. And then you got this man here with this blue, again, representing water, right? Around him. They're standing in front of this tower. You know, I don't know why I'm thinking tower moment, right? They're standing, and again, it's kind of like in the view of something, like somebody peering in through a keyhole or something. And look at this here, how this it looks like a, you know what I'm saying, how this pendant is flipped upside down, which kind of makes it look like this house here or this tower or whatever is upside down. It's really not, you know what I'm saying? But it just kind of makes it look like that at first glance to me. Yeah. And I don't know what this look like, the dad or whatever, but I don't know what this contraption is right here. That's on the back of his robe, maybe. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Right? But again, just looking at it, I'm looking at the knights, you know, and the helmets that they're wearing. And then this hat right here, and kind of like the Smurf hat, you know what I'm saying, that we see again in some ancient images, right? And then again, this energy of the wearing this red, you know, dressed in white, right? And, you know, it's making me think about the white stars on the Empress's head again, right? Okay. But it's blue mixed in there too. Okay. And then you have the, so again, red, white, and blue we have. French and, you know, American, you know. And again, it's like this red cloak, like he's wearing somebody's robe or something. He got the red stockings on too, you know what I'm saying? And then the red hat. And again, this one is in gold because this gold always represents, again, the to me, to American antiquity, or, you know what I'm saying, soul or sun energy. And you see the two lions here on the back of her throne when it comes to the Queen of Wands. Because the Queen of Wands represents that which I feel like does have something to do more with, I don't know, it's like maybe like a mating energy. Like the wand energy is kind of like, this is just my personal way of looking at these things when I'm looking at it the way that I see it, right? Again, yeah, because again, her blood is going to, her DNA, her makeup, her something is that substance. But then again, where's that card at? But we see this, like I said, again, this image of this energy here, this feminine energy is pale and stale and gray. It's not even white, it's gray. But the image looks more youthful. Again, representing younger races or groups or subgroups or, you know what I'm saying, immigrant newcomers, right? And again, but all the abundance is connected to her. And she's got a pure or white thing underneath her gold, you know what I'm saying, covering, right? And this person is covered up. We can't see what else they got on, but they're covered in red. And again, the abundance is coming from this side around. There's really no abundance here. Look at her hair even. The real abundance is here, right? So again, thinking of America as being a matriarchal land prior to all of this. I don't care what you're talking about when it comes to religion. It was a more natural place. People was probably walking around with wreaths of, you know what I'm saying, when I did a video on talking about the corona or the crown chakra, you know what I'm saying, energy. And I think we looked at these kind of headdresses and stuff like that in that video. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying, if you want to go back to what's natural, right? Again, wand energy here. This person has like a, like they've been wounded or whatever around the head, right? And then their arm, right? The left arm, I don't know why something made me want to put emphasis on that. Just trying to protect. It just makes me think about raw, like natural energy here. The colors and everything are really kind of raw and natural, even though the red seems like it's fading away into gold on his clothing, because it's almost like he ain't even got nothing left. He's trying to protect the little bit of whatever it is that he does have left. I just, you know, I see these cards, I feel like, just in a different way. The Page of Pentacles, which is, I don't know, it's like a tricky kind of like offering, like, I'm always cracking up about the arm here, this strong arm, like using a strong arm approach, but also, you know, tempting, like a tempting kind of energy, tempting with somebody with this one thing when you ain't got really probably nothing, to see if you will go for anything or fall for anything, right? Or comply, because again, we do have the red turban. It's almost like even like I'm somebody giving something back to you that's already the fuck yours. You know what I'm saying? That's just the energy, like I said, I get from it. Again, another red hat, somebody holding the world in their hands with these two, you know, wands right here beside him, holding this wand up higher than that one, right? Leaving this one in the back and holding this one up higher, right? And with the world in his hands. Again, look at the women that are like subdued or trapped or blinded or bound or in some kind of confusion or something like that, right? We got the moon over her, right? It's little, but it's still hanging over her. And she doesn't have really anything on her head. There's nothing there, okay? But she's using her sense. She's like really... And both of these, it's like I hear sensei, but it's kind of like that energy of like tuning in, like that card said, on that which is within, right? Because again, with or without all of that, the sun is going to shine bright every time, right? So again, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading, y'all. I feel like I want us to start reading, okay? The world card again, natural. Although something is trying to, it's almost like something is, you know, around her trying to sculpt or measure out or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird energy. Because again, that vulture energy with this thing, this always look like a vulture to me. Like something that wants to consume her. It's like wrapping itself around her until she's consumed. But in the other cards, we noticed that she had hopped out the damn thing, okay? So again, this is earth energy, earth angel, somebody that's bound to earth or something that is natural. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is a wreath around her, right? So it's kind of for protection, observation. You know what I'm saying? But then again, there's a leak. There's leaks in here. The first one starts with man. It's really not with the animals. The leak starts with man. Even with this energy here. And I want to say these things before I forget what I'm saying, right? I don't know. Whenever I see the Hierophant, I see like a Pope energy or a Vicar of Christ kind of energy. Again, this is like, reminds me of an explorer or a conqueror, kind of more like an expeditionist kind of person. Somebody that was on an expedition with, you know, and this is regular hat with a feather. And I think that's the only hat in here that's like that. But again, this is making me think about like a nation being ruled by its children, right? Because again, she's you can see a little bit of her hair, but it also kind of looked like some kind of head or something. It looked like a face of something here. But again, anyways, she does have like a faded looking hijab or something, you know, like that on her head, right? But again, the shirt is reminding me of the sands in the sea, the water in the skirt, the red shoes, you know what I'm saying? And then I think she got some white gloves. Oh no, it's purple, right? But again, this look like a child, but it's a lot bigger than her. But the child is also bringing her some type of offering. You know what I'm saying? The child is bringing her some kind of offering. She does look kind of happy about the offering, right? But I wonder if again, somebody knows that, no, motherfucker, you know, like I'm the empress, dude. What is you talking about? You can even have a couple queens or whatever you talking about you might have under me. But again, when it comes to the empress, you know what I'm saying, energy, you ain't about to sun me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is this energy here. It's this red thing on their head, on his head is kind of like, and then the water here. Okay. But again, it's almost like whenever I see the tights, it's like a strengthening something that's holding something up, supporting the whatever. But really the boots, the feet are really your support system that keeps you balanced, that keeps you standing in your standing, right? But her shoes are red. So it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, the children, you know what I'm saying, or younger groups or younger immigrants or people, you know, giving something back, but you're just wondering what's attached to it. Who took it in the first damn place? Do you see what I'm saying? Who took it in the first place? So you know what I'm saying? You might got some of us over here looking like this. My lips. The hell? Oh, I don't know where my chapstick is. I'll have to find it in a minute. Yeah, this is that offering card of like somebody that's just really not so happy. Let's go into the words, okay? So again, we're going to be going into Genesis, right? Because I watched this clip here, and then this is just what's going to go ahead and get things started. Like those are the random things that were just coming to my head with this, right? Because again, for some reason, the Lover's card and the Devil card keeps popping up, and then something to do with these unions. These things are being formed right here. And you got this angry ass Queen of Cups, which I thought was supposed to be a loving energy, but you know, she don't look too loving to me. She looked pissed or jealous, kind of like exactly like that Moon card, right? And again, nobody can be all good and nobody can be all bad. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm just trying to show the different ways that through this story, past, present, and future, how we can discern moving forward. You know what I'm saying? As people that lack possibly knowledge. Again, some of us are already tapped in and tuned in. They don't have to watch the videos. They know it or they see it their way. But there are some, again, when it comes to that Yeshua energy, he said that not only did I come for, he said, I only came. Somebody said, who did they come? And he said, I only came for the lost sheep of Israel. That Jesus only came for the lost sheep of Israel. So everybody else that's paying attention and peering in and looking, even though he didn't really like to turn nobody away or didn't turn away or judge people that way, that's who he came for at that particular time. But while he was coming, somebody knew that he or she was coming. And they had plenty of time to attack. That's how I see it. Even when it comes to this union here, look at this. The woman is in red. Again, the red skin, red Indian, red soil, whatever you call it. Okay? It's like the people came in and used these particular things like the hats and the fezzes and all these things like that. Because it means something when it comes to this color. To, again, be capping, actually, really, right? So, again, as above, so below. Letting the earth join with the earth. Let's just keep moving. This dome, this top, this red. Almost like a red hat. As above, so below. Sneaky Pete. Walking off with things. I mean, it's just... Y'all gonna see where I'm coming from when we read this text. Because I don't want to have to stop and keep on showing the cards. Okay? So again, when it comes to the waters. All the waters wasn't evil. All the waters weren't dark. You know what I'm saying? All the waters weren't dark skinned. Everybody that came across the water wasn't light skinned. You know what I'm saying? But again, this energy here and it's talking to the fish that's in this cup. Is being fruitful to a certain extent. There's some growth or something there when it comes to this Page of Cups. Right? I don't know. It's really not convincing me of anything, but it's kind of like this fish is trying to convince him or whatever this is on his head, you know what I'm saying, to get the message down to him and to the body, possibly. You know what I'm saying? That they're speaking really to this fish in the sea. Right? Yeah. And again, while Sneaky Pete is sneaking away looking happy and like, yeah, I got something over. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if this has something to do with, you know, the shoes are kind of like reddish, right? They're kind of faded here. You know what I'm saying? Walking away with these sticks, sad, you know, because they had to sell out their family, sell out their friends, sell out their sister, sell out their brother. You know, like this is that kind of energy, you know what I'm saying, that I see. You got all these wands, you got all these things you taking away or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? This person don't look too happy about it. You know what I'm saying? And like even being defensive with these wands, it's kind of like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'll just take them with me, you know what I'm saying, and move on. You know what I'm saying? But we notice that he's in all green. These are very earthy or earth tones. No weapons, you know what I'm saying? So it gives me that whole thing, like that Nation of Islam energy. Like they don't use like weapons, like weaponry, like guns or stuff like that to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, again, looking at it at that energy as using things that are formed against them or that are going against them, you know what I'm saying, to strengthen themselves, right? I don't know why I'm thinking double-edged sword and even cutting someone with your tongue, you know what I'm saying, like what you're saying, cutting like a sword, right? Because again, we got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, feminine and masculine energy, masculine and feminine energy, and just a lot of emotions and shit. People just be dealing, and I just be thinking like, I just can't, when it comes to getting something done, when it comes to like this kind of thing, I just try not to go into that. But again, we're dealing with love and war. So again, these individuals know that they love to get us in our emotions or whatever, and, you know, try to distract or depict things that way, right? So let's listen to this video, y'all. I keep on saying it. I'm gonna go ahead and play it now. Because this is like a thinking. It's like putting a thinking cap on, since we're talking a lot about caps, right? You know what I'm saying? The only fool I want to play is a sacred fool. At the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, we're going to continue to, you know, hunt. And try, hopefully, not to be the hunted. Even though it's too late, right? Because I feel like that's what's already going on. We're going to go ahead and listen. So he's talking about something that happened on September 5th, 1774, the meeting of the First Continental Congress, okay? So let's just listen to what he has to say.
That George Washington stated that if you would take the feathers and turbans off their heads and the sandals off their feet, you teach them religiously that there was Negroes, black people, and colored folks that 200 years from the day, they would not know their nationality, nor their divine creed, nor the land from which they came from. Is that not true?
Okay. So just to make a point on that, the first point I want to say is about the 200 years. Because again, it's the same thing I'm trying to tell us right now. We're talking about the third generation so-called black people that are from, you know, migrated immigrants or immigrants from different places that are now here in the Americas. And usually they end up in prominent positions. Or they're in communities where they work together, they build together, they know each other, they work with each other, they help each other, they grow together. That's not their fault. That's just, you see what I'm saying? They carry those same cultures and those things again. That same culture and character, right, with them when they go somewhere. That's just when we look at so-called Mexicans and things like this. This is just something. It's something that had been stripped from you, right? Again, have us in a situation where as American so-called blacks, we'd like to point the finger or beg, or not beg, but look as beggars on some type of some assistance or something like that. When we do it, it's looked at as that way. When other people do it, it's just fine or not even mentioned. So again, like I said, but it doesn't fight the fact or change anything that these people end up being on generational patterns of, you know, getting some form of handouts, right? Where again, these people that work at these places know exactly that they can come up with some kind of criteria where they can teach these people how to come into that system and then grow and become entrepreneurs or something else while they're in that, instead of letting people just stay on it. Because again, I think these are some of the worst things that they ever really gave to us as a people. You may not disagree. When it's built into the foundation like that, these are some of the worst things that we have ever accepted and that they have ever given to us. And so if we look at it this way, if people are coming into this land and they're getting a lump sum of money, they're getting some kind of special help or something to go to school, some kind of grants or some kind of funding or whatever, and it's harder for us here to get it, and they come here and they say, well, they could get this and they're just lazy and they don't want, you know, this is just, you know, because we're just people here and we've been educated, we've been trained to see things, right? To be having pride of our own countries and our own lands. And when it comes to Americans, you can't be that way. black, white, so-called, whatever you are, right? Even, again, when it comes to Mexico, there's pride. When it comes to Puerto Rico, there's pride. When it comes to Jamaica, there's pride. But when it comes to America, American so-called black people cannot have pride. We cannot. You see what I'm saying? And it is because everything else and everyone else coming in dilutes that by again, all brown skinned folks ain't your kin folks, by coming in and mixing. And now that's okay when we talking business or we talking respect. But when we talking like you coming up in here and you just about to come and be on top of something and you're going to try to assume the position or a role, you know what I'm saying, of those children of the earth, then I have a problem with that wholeheartedly. Because I see it in a different light. Maybe because I am that form of messenger that's supposed to deliver this message. Somebody else may be a messenger or oracle or seer or scry or whatever that delivers a different type of message. This is mine. There's not, I feel there's not an American, sometimes I feel alone in this. There's not an American left here on this soil that has the type of pride that especially when it comes to so-called, but it's more about proving something right. It's more about something. No, it's like a connection that I have with the soil. That I be damned. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy of that, like that Beyonce. Just like when it comes to the whole energy, whether we're talking masculine, feminine, whatever way we moving forward, knowing who I am and saying, I'd be damned if I see another bitch on your arm. That means that, you know what I'm saying, any kind of thing that we moving into, you know what I'm saying? And to see these are the same people that will be throwing these secretly, there are spiritual attacks on us, right? Coming up in our borders, within thine borders. See, we're not even listening to what it was really talking about in Deuteronomy. Because people are going to get in their feelings and say, oh, she don't even like black people because look at what she's saying about the dark-skinned people that's coming over here across the, but you're not really seeing, I don't give a damn what color you are. What I'm talking about is something that's sacred and something that's whole and something that's wholesome. It's not an evil thing. It's not nothing to have that sense of something, to hold on to that. Because again, after this particular flood, right, when there was not supposed to be any more floods, you might as well forget about there being a such thing as so-called African Americans or American Indians if we don't let this stick, if we don't hold on to this truth when it comes to our children moving forward. So I know that they already have feminines in this that it may even seem do it better or do it some kind of way. And that's fine for people to think that way. But what you're not going to do is try to trap me, dilute me, and act like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like that whole thing about respect. When I know that these is the same bitches that's in the community from the Build the Being workshop that's throwing these and hiding their fucking hands. That's supported by God-running forces that's in your damn face. And we can't see it. That don't mean you gotta like me. That don't mean you can't listen to them. That mean you some of their information. That don't mean that some of their information ain't legit. Because again, a lot of the times they have been trained with the information of those of us that truly hold those akashics. You have to question somebody when it feels like American so-called black people, at least 80% or more, is still calling themselves black. But we got some people that claim to be about the people that's in the community living like fat cats. And again, allowing, again, our people to fall for these particular type of illusions, right? Because they're going to end up sunning your ass, right? And I'm just saying, it frustrates me because, again, I see it and know that just because I see it is enough for me. And waiting to, and seeing which way source wants me to go with this. Like I said, I feel different. I feel like it's not for me to be, it's for me to be someone that is just doing this to give this to you. I'm not have to worry about where I'm going to be. You see what I'm saying? It's just something that that's what I sense. Right? That hermit energy to shine the light. Everybody want to party. They want to go out. They want to shop. They want to do these things. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to do nothing. But like I said, sometimes I don't feel like doing, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm a living something. I'm all day. The shit is just going on. You know what I'm saying? That's my job. And that's why, again, a lot of us that are empaths or like in this kind of energy, they do want you to be out there hustling and doing all these other things or whatever. If we were in our still same form that we would be, these people would be the people in the community that would be taken care of. They would just be doing what I'm doing all day and they would be somewhat taken care of, so everybody has their own, part within the tribe. You're not going to have your wise woman or your wise man that's supposed to be tending or your healers out there in the damn field when they're the only ones that know the 100 and 200-year-old remedies to heal somebody if they come back with a wound or some kind of sickness or something. You're not gonna, that's the last thing you're gonna want to do is send them out into the field. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's supposed to be a communal thing. But again, we don't know how to do that. We're rather just, you know what I'm saying? We fall for things not knowing, right? Because it's going to say something about in here in the text about Satan, you know what I'm saying, turning or amping up these people of the earth, you know, against other people. So again, we have to just be careful of things like that, right? So it's because to me, I really don't give a damn. Like I've been made into this something where it really, you know, I don't have to fit in. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Try to, it's just, I don't know. I love it because again, that's just that connection with source that it just has me, even when people outside looking in, they want to think they know how the fuck I feel. When again, it is what it is. I can turn some shit on and turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, right? So it says right here in Genesis that when God began creating, right? When God began creating the heavens and the earth. Now let's just think about that real quick because I didn't even think about this. I don't even think no other time. This every time I read, I'm telling you a verse, it just, right? So it's not really saying when God began creating, then the heavens. No, it's saying when he began creating the heavens and the earth. A lot of people think, again, and you could think what you want, right? A lot of people only think of it as the aspect of just like this physical earth that you stand, that you sitting on, right? But again, I feel like this is also talking about some kind of forming or shaping, or again, when we're talking about the world card, a whisper, a walking with, like Enoch walking with God, like this kind of somewhat kind of a energy of forming something, right? Even education. I mean, I'm just really got to keep it honest and keep it real. Look, wizard of awareness. And then the dragon's lair. I don't know why I just thought temple, right? The earth was at first a shapeless. Look at this. What did we talk about this damn card when it comes to the world card? It was a shapeless. Nobody could shape it. Nobody could chisel it. Nobody could turn it. Nobody could, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even just for the love of the land. It's the love of the people. It's the love of people in general. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. I think my energy is about healing wounded things, including myself. The mastery of some of us that had to take care of ourselves and tend to our own wounds. You know what I'm saying? And also tend to like the underdog or take care of those that, you know, could not fend for themselves sometimes, right? Most of you wanted to do something to the person that was doing something, the bully that was doing something to other people. You was trying to figure out a way to trip them in the hallway or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just that kind of energy, like, right? Or some of you know how to, you know, go within. The earth was at first formless and shapeless. I mean, are we already talking? Are we already talking doppelganger or copycat or some type of energy here? A shapeless, chaotic mass. I'm hearing you can't control me. With the Spirit of God brooding over the dark vapors. With the Spirit of God brooding over the dark vapors. Don't this kind of look, if you look at this from back here, don't this kind of look like a vaporous energy here? But also look at this here, this eagle. You know what I'm saying? And then this man. Also, I mean, these kind of look like clouds, but also this, see this line here, this kind of look more like vapors. It don't really look like clouds. And look, it's got this symbol here and there. I mean, this look more like clouds too, but it kind of doesn't. You know, these look more vaporous than these energies here. These look more like somebody was trying to make clouds, even though it's all vapory. You see what I'm saying? It's all vaporized or vapor. It's all some kind of energy or something. Just in this thing, already naked, you know, formless, couldn't be, you know, get this kind of job, do this, do that, you know. And that's what I feel like, dude. That's what I feel like. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what's going on. There's like some kind of molding, but it's also like, you know, at the same time, it's almost like, so it's like, what do you want? And I'm like, this, the truth. Damn, ain't that what Biden said? Something about when he was in Pennsylvania. Somebody said they only wanted the truth. But again, I know maybe somebody else got the truth, but I just didn't. See, and that's what I'm saying. Maybe because of the, you know, maybe, and that's why maybe people think I'm kind of difficult, because I just don't conform to shit. I just can't. If it ain't right, it just, you know, I just don't know. A shapeless, chaotic mass with the Spirit of God brooding over the dark vapors. But you notice this is giving me lion or American lion, Sekhmet kind of energy. We see the hair or air, the hair, air, they're in the air, you know, air like in a royal air, and hair, right? That's kind of, you know, it's like a little thin piece of it that's inside of this thing. It's almost like a sample. You know, I don't know why I'm seeing it like some kind of sample or something, right? Leo, lion, some kind of ferocious kind of energy here. But I also see, you know what I'm saying? Vapor energy, like how I look at how we're connected when it comes to zodiac and stuff like that. And it's like, it's about the energy, the currency, the flow, it's about something, right? So the spirit of this God hovering over, right? You know, is this that energy here that's shaping and molding, or in here with this woman? With these, she got these two wands, but in here with this woman. It's almost like somebody's peering in. It's almost like a keyhole kind of effect too, like somebody's looking in. Now let's listen to this. Then God said, "Let there be light." And light appeared. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look what this thing is. But it's making me think about that squiggly thing. I know it's probably something else, but just the way I'm looking at it right now, it's making me think about that squiggly thing inside of a light bulb, right? So again, light, you know, I don't know. I don't know why I'm hearing Sekhmet, why I'm seeing Sekhmet energy here. I don't know. Hathor and Sekhmet. Again, we know light is illumination, right? My whole point is saying that. He's saying that in this video that this all, whatever this happened in 1774. I'm wondering what, but there was people here before 1774, right? And they wasn't wearing really fezzes and stuff back then. I can't find any writings about anyone wearing fezzes here in the so-called Americas unless it's under the guise of another place, right? What is it? George Washington was the first president in 1789. This is 1775, I think they're talking about. And he was the first president in 1778 or 79, I believe, or 80 or 87 or 89, one of the two, one of the four, right? So if he said something about remove the fezzes and the sandals, let them forget who they are, How do we know that, again, we weren't naturally just living here and these people came with laws or lies, right? From a more, it could even be within. So again, those people, right? If we're talking about this, they were still the groups of people that were here prior to before we had our first so-called president. Well, the first president that everybody knows of is George Washington, not John Hanson or anything like that. I'm just saying, dealing with that energy. Oh, my lips. So still, those people would have been here prior to the establishment, the foundation, the so-called firmament. But it's making me think about brother against brother, north against south, east against west, Bloods, Crips, West Coast. It's just making me think about this whole energy, like I said. Me and this other feminine energy that came in later, right? We doing this for 10 years or more, and then hear somebody else come in later and they're, idolized or worshipped in that sense. I don't need the worship. I want you to take the information. It's not my information. It's our information. I feel like my message still gets out. I feel like, again, in that sense, my sheep hear my voice. So even if you look at splitting the country into that energy, just say who you is, be who you is. Don't lie to the fucking people. Just be who you is. I know who I am or what aspect I feel I represent. But just because those people with the fezzes, and we're talking about this in 1775, that means still the earth was already here. The earth is talking about people, autochthonous people, earlier people. They didn't call them Moors. Nobody came here and said, oh, we conquered and found a Moor. Again, we're talking about Spanish energy. Okay, then probably that's something that came in again with, alongside, or a little bit after the Spanish, Inquisition, invasion, or that particular type of energy here. I feel like it still doesn't cut out the fact that there was already autochthonous so-called black people here, right? And others joined with them. Now, when we say give light, when you illuminate something, even if you think about, what's his name when it comes to the Illuminati energy? Oh man, I can't remember what his name is. The one that started it. I don't know. What do it start with a W? It's been a long time since I talked about these kind of things. Okay, whatever. When we're talking about that energy, right, of bringing light or illuminating a situation, right? Could we be talking about, when it comes to law? When it comes to, again, some other kind of way of doing something, above the way that the savages would be operating. Above putting man's law above the 10 commandments. Like, these are just some, you think I'm an ignorant savage, like Pocahontas said, right? So again, this could be why the biblical text, when we're talking about the Pentacles, was talking about those who rely on law to get themselves out of trouble instead of God, right? So that's just the energy, like I said. A lot of talk about, again, children, people having, access or whatever over people's children or people themselves. You could get false accusations against you and end up somewhere and never coming back home to your children or your people. It's just like as much rights as we, something happened and we're like, oh, take the rights. Oh, yeah. I know you're saying you need, but, just take the rights. You're not really realizing what we're saying because, again, normally we don't get those damn things back. But out of fear and confusion and delusions and illusions, we like, oh yeah, the gun laws, and you're not even realizing what you're saying. It's just so strange to me. Look at this. Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a still-like faith in myself. God, the angels armor me with conviction. We ain't even gonna look at no another one. We don't need to. So when he's saying that, I feel like the point that he's trying to make in this video And for somebody that's not thinking hard, is going to say, well, yeah, that means that they were here or whatever, right? But no, well, that means that they was here too. But again, it's still not taking, when we're talking about Native Americans, yes, they can be however old they want to be. It still doesn't take away from the original people, the originees, right? That were here prior to all of that. There's a difference here. It's biblical, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it is very detrimental, I feel, moving forward and implanting and instilling that into our children. Because a lot of us, we all know this information, but you know what I'm saying? I know I'm guilty of it, not being someone who is, yes, my baby knows, and she even got into an argument with one of her friends on the phone about it, you know what I'm saying, and she was spitting some game. I didn't even know she was really listening. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, something else that takes it up a notch. Because holding it back and not teaching it, especially in the education system, is an actual smack in the face as well. Because it strips the children of something that they're supposed to have within them. It takes away that something of rebuilding something, a nation or a people from within, not outside. Repair, replenish, and repairing. So again, let there be light, and light appeared. This could be, again, somebody sitting in darkness, right? That could be the energy, right? Restore and replenish. Look, she's sitting, it's almost like in a dark, in the depths of like under something in like a darker, in the woods or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even look at this, the sacred fool right here. She's sitting like in darkness in a certain sense. She's bound, right? But there's a puppet here, right? And it's also like, how is her hands look like they bound, right? Behind her, but she's still able to maneuver this energy here, this puppet energy. Sitting in the dark. But it's like, man, why? Why would somebody want their woman, like, you know what I'm saying, sitting in the dark, right? Unless you were trying to create something so that, you know what I'm saying, you can keep her in the dark, right? Look at this card, this Saturn energy. This is dark energy too. So that you can, you know what I'm saying, use something else or do something else. And look at Venus energy. You know what I'm saying? We have also with the Queen of Cups, that shell energy behind her throne. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about Venus, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about that cup, that milk and honey, that nectar. That nectar that was used to, again, possibly feed or fuel, right? It's funny, we're talking about fuel in the news today, right? They're trying to fuel other energy with that particular nectar. It's so funny. I see it like, oh, I see like this. Be the hunter, not the hunt. You know, this make me think of like a hunt for, I'm about to damn say melanin or something. Divining for light. And look at this, how these seahorses up against her neck like earrings. These cards is gorgeous. Okay, so again, diving for light. Ain't that funny how this is what we saying? And look at this, they sitting here intertwined over her third eye or her, you see what I'm saying? And then look at the crown or whatever going on. This is some shit right here. I'm talking, we talking about the Build a Being workshop. And the same people that sitting there like, oh yeah, they know that they monitoring people saying this is the same motherfuckers that's benefiting from them monitoring you. Hands off, of course, so that they can say that they don't have nothing to do with it. But these the same motherfuckers, right? Trying to wear your covering, the gold covering. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? I just can't even see how it just burns me. It does. And it's not even over anything. It's just like, what are you doing? Dude. The illusion that and the same people that's a part of creating these illusions for us right now, but they smile in your fucking face and all the time they want to take your place. It's so hilarious to me. It's so hilarious to me. Be knowing too much, right? Oh, this is what I from what I saw, I mean, what I heard, and because I mean, motherfuckers just don't see that I just see. Like, I just see shit. Like, I just see it. But I guess they like, okay, yeah, you can see it, then what? Right? Because I know that, and motherfuckers be cocky in the sense of that. Because I know everybody that was sent to you was sent by me. Everybody that was sent to you got to go through me to get to that particular father that they have, right? Not source, right? They don't really believe in that God energy, right? It's just wannabe energy. Again, we're talking about the sun and we're talking about what we're doing over here, whatever. Motherfuckers want to put the shit on their body, you know what I'm saying? As if that's going to change something. You know, it's just like a little bit embarrassing once you can see somebody, right? And they act like they don't know what happened, why, what, who took it, who did it, who done it. I can offer you this little piece of, motherfucker, because you had something to do with that shit. You know something about it. You are aware of it. So why is you acting stupid? That's how I just look at it. Sad news. Rich man. A long road. I don't know why I'm seeing like road to redemption here. A pleasant letter. Legal matters. Oh, grief and sorrow. Occupation. Occupation, a rich girl. So it's almost like it's telling me a rich man, a rich girl. This is their occupation. Like, I didn't even do nothing. These have been just sitting here. Look at this. These have just been sitting here since the other day. Already sorted out. I removed the ones that we were already using because I felt like it was being repetitive. A rich girl, occupation, a pleasant letter. You know what I'm saying? Bitches popping up in your dream and think that you don't know that they doing magic or that they doing shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got something to do with it. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't even have no damn dreams for real. Like, I mean, it's just enough. It's enough already. Right? A rich girl, grief and sorrow, a rich man, and sad news. A long road. Right? Occupation, legal matters, the rich girl, and the damn pleasant letter. This has something to do. This is all what I see with the whole masculine and feminine energy. And it's sad because I feel like this energy has shifted from one masculine to another, and damn near even flighty, kind of like succubus energy when it comes to, again, the mate that I had, right? It's all there. I mean, you look into some of this stuff, you're like, is this real fucking life? Are you serious? Are you serious? This is what I wonder sometimes. Let there be light, and light appeared, and God was pleased with it, right? Now, this went from all caps God to a capital G God, right? And divided the light from the darkness. Divided the light from the darkness. So he let it shine for a while. And then there was darkness again. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like somebody playing with somebody's pineal gland or something. Seriously. Or playing with, like, even the temperance energy. It's like mix a little bit, like some kind of mixology or something like that to get something right. And then, you know. Divided the light from the darkness. This makes me think, like, again, that somebody sent somebody of illumination or light, or even a light bearer in, right? And then took it away from the darkness. Because again, if we talk about the chaotic mass and the dark vapor, right? I don't know why it's making me think of some kind of also DNA mixing or some kind of mixing of that nature. Right? I don't know why the Hierophant card is speaking out, the Chariot card as well. Because this is like a spinning top, right? Spinning top. But also it makes me think about like a medical symbol, right? And we got the tops of these castles still in red. I don't know. It just makes me think of like, I don't know, about a higher power that's like, you know, fixing something up. Like, I no longer feel like this juggling act in my head like all day, going back and forth with this information. Sharing a cup. A lot of this heartache, you know. Okay, here it is, right here, the Two of Cups. So let it shine for a while, and then there was darkness again. He called the light daytime, right? And the darkness night. Together they formed the first day. Also the Strength card, huh? Even making me think about the Adam and Eve scenario, and then the two cards. You know what I'm saying? With the, yeah. That we looked at last night with the Lovers and then the Devil. And God said, let the vapor separate from the sky above and the oceans below. Let the vapor separate to form the sky above and the oceans below. To form the sky above. So again, this whole observing information, see? It's almost like some kind of curse or something, like, right? I just feel like there's this sense of something. I can only see what I see. At some point in time, there's supposed to be some kind of turning of the tables when it comes to this new so-called kingdom. It feels like no matter what you've gone through, all these measures and all these things were just to build you up. It almost feels like, again, for man or certain energies to try and just get you to your full potential, like adrenal, like, I don't know, some kind of energy like that, get you into these kind of things, or put you through like the Hunger Games, or put you like through this some kind of thing to see about being fit. Whole time, again, there's obstacles and illusions and stuff in the way, right, that you have to go through. But the whole time, it's like you're the component that has to go through this, while somebody else is sitting. It's almost like they may be going through it too, but with ease. They're sitting in the skybox because really they had already been trained up in the occult or something, where, again, like, even when I'm thinking back at Moana, when she met up with her grandma on the boat, and she said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, I shouldn't have threw you into this. It was too much. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, these people that want to sun the American Aborigines didn't already had a head start. They already been studying you. They already know who you are. They already know who your family members are. They already know how to place, you know, certain things in situations to try to catch you up or put you in certain situations. Whether they need it for blackmail later on, you know what I'm saying? Again, people, I don't like the fact of people trying to manipulate my world or my mind or anything like that. If you're doing that and I'm not aware of that, that means that you're doing that for some only reason that is right for you. And that's going to end me up somewhere missing or something. You see what I'm saying? As a sacrifice or a scapegoat or something like that. Like, that's the way that I see it. And it's like, is that your doing, dude? Or is that because of somebody that you're dealing with? Because I know that, again, when it comes to these mountainous women, these giants or whatever, that they are coming against that Christ energy. The whole world is coming against or to or want to sense or observe that energy before that energy even knows who they are. So it's like creating all these images, these illusions, and hurting you over and over again, and like this is something that's just like normally should be done, when it's just like, you know what I'm saying, that's not my God energy. So I don't know what God these people trust in. And now it's like the ways that they can do this and manipulate the mind, or again, we're talking about some kind of operations or something like that, is like on a whole nother fucking scale today. Don't nobody have to touch you. You don't even have to know that somebody's messing with or manipulating your mind, in a sense, right? As above, so below. For years, we sat there and looked out and projected that, or saw that energy going on in the heavens on this plane, but then we didn't realize, you know what I'm saying, that as above, so below. Now it's also happening, right, with everyday people. And the people that are gawking and mocking and laughing at us right now, the first, right, shall be the last to probably inherit something. But again, they're laughing and everything like that. They're not realizing that while you're sitting there laughing at that injustice when it comes to somebody else, you're the next on the list. And God made the sky, dividing the vapors from the water below. This all happened on the second day. Then God let the water beneath the sky be gathered into the ocean so that the dry land will emerge. Again, look at this. Look at that dry land emerging here. Look at this light. It's not that much light, but it's a little bit. You're saying just a little bit at a time. It ain't like it's like this, right? Where did it go? It's not like it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why we had the moonlight card here. Yeah. And so it was then that God named the dry land, right? Which is probably barren because it's not giving like fruit the way that it, it's not being someone that is really, I don't know, producing something, right? That they can use, right? We're producing something that, again, we can use as people that are lost sheep, okay? The dry land earth and the water seas. So again, this makes me think about, again, this energy here, this hovering kind of energy here, and separating this, because these are two land animals and two air animals. Because again, if we look at this, you know what I'm saying, as observing as like an eagle, right? Oh, another dream that bitch was in. Let me stop using that word. That's not what I want to call nobody. Okay? That's not going to do anything. I just like the way Build a Bitch sound. But I'm just saying, I just like the way it sounds, but, right? But I'm not going to do that. Okay? So again, but then you also have the all-seeing eye of man in tech. That's where the leak came from. And look, the vulture is right here listening to what the hell the leak is, so it can take the information, figure out what to do, compute the shit, and then take it. This just makes so much sense to me now. And there you go with the dry land right here appearing in the back. And let the earth burst forth with every sort of grass and seed-bearing plant, right? And fruit tree with the seeds inside the fruit, so that the seeds will produce the kinds of plants and fruits they came from. Again,